everyone, and welcome to another episode of Cinnamon Stitches. I am your yarn host, Jennifer. I did it again. This happens every year. Can't control myself. I get the fear of missing out. I get the just one more trip. What if they still have clearance yarn at Hobby Lobby? I do this every year. I have not put away the yarn from the last two Hobby Lobby hauls yet. And I went a third time. Sandy from Crochet A posted a Yarnaholics 12-step something or another in her Facebook group. I laughed while reading it, and at the same time I was like, hello, I'm Jennifer, and I am a yarn addict. And I said to Mr. Cinnamon, I said, at what point of me buying yarn are you going to say enough is enough? And his answer was brilliant, and I love him for it. He said, when there's not enough space for you to put the yarn away and it's piling up, and basically he says if it becomes a hoarder situation to where it's stacked up along the walls in bags and it's falling on top of us and you can't walk on the floor, or if it becomes really messy and really dirty, he said at that point he will put a stop to it and make me get rid of it. He said if there's ever a point where you are still buying yarn and you are not crocheting or knitting it or weaving it any longer, if you're not using it and still buying it, he goes, I will put a stop to it then. He said, but right now I don't see it as a problem. And I looked at this man and fell even more in love with him. So that was a perfect answer. Thank you, Mr. Cinnamon. This trip was under $30. This was a very small. I really wanted to go back to my Hobby Lobby that I went to the first time and see what was left, if they had marked anything else on clearance, because I've been getting a lot of notifications that people were telling me that Hobby Lobby is marking it down in waves. So what was there the first day may not be there the second day, and there may be more. And so I was curious this is my justification to myself. I was curious what was left. It was well over a week since the clearance started at Hobby Lobby. I was curious. I was curious what was left, what was not completely wiped out. Now, the high ticket items, the very good deals, the very fancy yarns, those are all gone. That is guaranteed. When you have a Hobby Lobby clearance, first thing that goes is cakes. Cakes go first. People love cakes. I love cakes. I don't use them, but I collect them for some reason. Cakes are the very last yarn I reach for because I can't control the striping in them, and that drives me crazy. I also don't particularly like working all in one color like this. That usually irritates me, although this is beautiful. So I'm like a weird, I like some self-striping, but cakes have the thicker lines of self-striping, and I don't like that as much. I like the thinner stripes or like the smaller patches of like colors, you know? So I love buying cakes. I just don't use them very often, which is insane. Makes no sense. So those usually go first, even though I was surprised there were some cakes left at my store. But the cakes that I was expecting to still be there was not there. There was, I think it's Feeling Gradient. They were like a furry cake, and I was expecting there still to be a lot of those left, but for some reason they were all gone. And I did not buy a single one of those because I have had yarn that is very furry like that, and I hated working with it. It's labeled as like a thicker yarn because there's so much fur on it that you need a bigger hook to work with it to keep the fluff and the fur like visible. But the strand underneath is like a thread. I just cannot work with that yarn. I just cannot do it. I can work with a thread of yarn easily. I can make doilies. I enjoy this. I can make dream catchers out of doily, like thin yarn threads. I just don't like when you add the fur to it. It is just impossible for me to work with. So I was surprised because there was a lot of those that were clearance out and they were all completely gone. However, let me find the right bag. They had, and this surprised me, they had a ton of this specific cake left over. And this is the Sugar Wheel Cotton. And I don't know why there were so many of these left over. There was probably 10. And I grabbed quite a few of them. I think I grabbed 6 of these. And these are $1.49 regularly, $5.99. They're 100% cotton. They're a beautiful colorway. I grabbed 5 of these because I could not believe that these were still there a week later. But I'm wondering if this is one of those things where it didn't get marked down during the first wave. Because when I went for my visit, when I bought the first $100 limit to myself, I think it was Monday's video, they didn't have any cotton marked off at all. No cotton was marked off. And they didn't even have any, like, I love this cotton marked off, and that was completely gone this time. So there was no I love this cotton on the shelves. There was no hand-painted hanks. Like, that was all gone. I was shocked to see this. So like I said, I grabbed 5 of those. I broke my rule and grabbed this, and it was a one of thing. And I did say in my rules in Tuesday's video, don't grab if they only have one of. I grabbed this one because I have some baby items that need to be made very soon. And this was only $1.37 and it's 310 yards. So that is enough to make some baby items, hats, booties, sweaters, that kind of thing. And so that's why I bought this one. And it's very gender neutral. It's very pretty. It's very soft. It is Sweet Delight Wrap in the color Softly. I just really like this. And I also have some other baby yarn on my shelf that I think will coordinate with this really well. This is 60% acrylic, 40% polyamide. That's why it's so soft. It's very pretty. So I broke my rule of buying only one of. But because baby items don't take a lot of yardage, and there's 300 yards, I can make a baby sweater very easily out of that. And then I got some of these because I don't know why I got these. Sweet Divinity. I got 2 in the Coral Rodeo. $1.37, usually $5.50. And they had purple that was tore up. But the purple, I'm going to actually cake this. The purple is it's very multi-dimensional purple. So there's lots of different variants in the actual. I just thought this was so pretty. And actually my lighting is not doing this justice. Let me see if I can. That's the color purple it is. And then that's the color. And I think these go together very beautifully. I think that would make like a very stunning project. So I got 2 and 2. And the second purple is not as bad. They had more, but they were worse than this, and I was not interested in dealing with that. All right, so that's it for that bag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I got 6. I got 6 of this. So, yeah. Although, can I tell you, this has given me, I don't know. That's not my normal color palette, but I think that's so pretty. All right, and then we're on to bag number 2. I didn't, like I said, I spent under $30 this trip because I really was looking for cotton and seeing if they had anything left over. I dropped it on the floor. All right, so, they had this, and they clearanced out the same colorway a year or 2 ago. The same, which is weird because I've heard so many people say that once they clearance out a colorway, they don't bring it back. However, I have some of this that I got clearanced out either last year or the year before, and here we are, and there's more, and it's clearanced out again. This is I Love This Cotton. This was 94 cents, regularly $3.79. I know that you cannot see the true color of the streamer that runs through this that makes it sparkly, but it changes between green and purple depending on what angle you are looking at it at. So it's very iridescent. It is very beautiful. I know it's black, but whatever. Like, it's so pretty. And actually, there was a podcaster who made my Summer Breeze tank top out of this exact yarn, and it is so stunning. So I'm going to link her below. Her channel name is Stitchin Ain't Easy. I've been watching her for a while now. I am one of those people that I will stalk people's channels, and I will watch like a bunch of their videos, but I don't comment because I watch it on my TV, which a lot of you do, and you've said so in the comments. I watch her on my big screen. I think she's adorable. I watch her, and I was actually sent an email from Madonna Ballard. I will link Madonna Ballard below if you don't know Madonna Ballard. Madonna Ballard is a little spark plug. She is full of just energy, and she's full of piss and vinegar, and I just adore Madonna. But Madonna sent me an email. She was like, check her out. Like, she made a video about you. And I was like, and she just put the link but didn't put the channel name. And so I was like, all right, I'll check it out. Thanks. And so I went over to the video. I was like, hey, I know this girl. Like, I watched her, but I didn't know she released a video on, I've been on vacation. I haven't seen anybody's videos. So I didn't know she made my Summer Breeze tank top. And she said the absolute sweetest things about me in her video. And she says that she's been with me since before I had 2,000 subscribers, and now I'm at 20,000. And so I was like, oh, that's so sweet. Like, when you guys stick around for a long time, that means everything to me. It means I'm doing something right that keeps you entertained for this long, because I have subscribed to people and I'm like, wow, this is getting boring, and I unsubscribe. And usually it's like, I follow a ton of Disney accounts. A ton. So I usually don't follow and unfollow the crafting community because I just like being involved with all the craft stuff. But like the Disney accounts, you know, sometimes they get old, they get stale, and then you gotta unsubscribe and find a new Disney fan to watch, you know. So anyway, she made a tank top out of this, and I had just purchased this yesterday, and I was watching her video last night, and so I was like super excited. I was like, I can totally make that as my own pattern. But she made it look so pretty with the black sparkles. So I bought like 5 or 6 of these because they had them. And I'm like, 94 cents. You better believe I'm going to buy them. So that's 4, 5. I bought 5 of those. And then they had this colorway. And this is white with purple and green. I just think this is so pretty. And this is the colorway. Can't find it. It's probably covered in a sticker. And I don't have another one. Yep, it's covered in a sticker. The color is Lime Dot. They only had one of these, so I got it because with cotton you can buy one ofs, because this would make an excellent washcloth, hand towel, dishcloth. This would make a really nice hairnet for my hairnet pattern, the snood or hairnet pattern. This would make like a cute little hair kerchief. There's lots of things you can do with just one skein of cotton. So I got that because I thought it was pretty. And then they only had one of this colorway, which is again covered with a sticker. I don't know why they did that. Pastel. Not to be confused with this one, which is Water Lily. I got a bunch of the Water Lily in Florida when I was on vacation, but I really love the way this colorway works out. And I'm like, if I buy a bunch of these, I can make myself a top or a shawl or something very beautiful, nice light cotton airy project. So I bought, they only had one of the pastel. And not to be confused with the watercolor, because it is a different colorway, even though, like, from a distance, you really can't tell. I bought 1, 2, 3, 4. I bought 5 more of these. So I think I have 10 of these. And these are 153 yards each. So that is enough to make myself a top. And that is it for today's Hobby Lobby haul. I went heavy with the cotton because I'm starting to realize if I buy a good grade cotton, which is what all this is, then I can make myself wearables that I can actually wear in the summertime. So I'm starting to lean more towards buying cottons than just acrylics. Acrylics are excellent for blankets. I love acrylics for blankets. I love acrylics for a lot of like heavy duty hardware type items, but for wearables, I need cotton because it breathes, or bamboo, or rayon, or tencel, or there's so many different variants of bamboo style yarns that just breathe. They stay cool. Like bamboo will stay cool to the touch even when you're hot. So like if you touch your shirt, this is not bamboo, this is just kitchen cotton, but it just, I'm leaning more towards cottons and bamboos and those type fibers than the plasticky acrylics, which is crazy because most of my yarn is acrylic, but no worries. I still plan on making lots of blankets and donate items and hats and scarves and stuff like that because it does keep you warm. Plastic keeps you warm in this winter time, so you know. I still love my wools. Somebody's dropping something in the kitchen. All right, guys, that's it for today. And I can't believe Hobby Lobby got me again, but I swear this time I am done. And yes, I went over my budget because I went back 2 more times, but the Florida trip counts as souvenir money, so that doesn't count towards my yarn budget. That was my Florida souvenir budget, which is awesome because I got some cute stuff with my souvenir budget. This is like a little wallet thing, and I got this cute little thing at Disney World. It's a cup, so you can put liquids in there and drink out of it. And he's a bee. Is he not cute? This is Spike. Isn't he cute? So, and I got some cool keychains with my souvenir money. And these are really cute. This counts because this is crochet related, but it's also Disney related. Because you guys know I made some bags, and I put the keychains on the bags as a little decoration because it's cute. But that will be in another video. I'll show you the bags I'm working on and the other stuff I'm working on in another video. All right, guys, thank you for joining me, and thank you for not judging me and my yarn addiction, and thank you for being my support system when I talk about my yarn addiction. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.